Hey, what's up, peoples? We just working on the afternoon right now. I was just thinking about something right quick. What is the definition of innate? Innate. I guess it's INNATE. Innate. Is that something that's inherently given to you, almost close to like common sense? Something that you're born with? I was over a friend's house yesterday, and her father and mother was talking to me and her brother. They ride motorcycles and shit, you see what I'm saying? And I'm trying to get back on the motorcycle. And so the father was asking me something about my world and things like that. You know, ain't that too much going on in my world when it comes to the world. I just do a lot of stuff, you know, to keep my bills paid or whatever. But he asked me if I had children and all that other type of stuff. I said, yeah. And he asked me what happened and stuff, you know. And so I started telling him. And the first thing he did, as we were talking, he started saying, you know, you have to get rid of that past. You have to get rid of your past traumas. And this is what he said to me. You know, he said something about getting rid of my past traumas. I said, no, I don't. I like my traumas. They got codes to them. I know I can use my traumas to identify traumatic people. And he said, huh? I said, I use my trauma to identify traumatic people, so I won't have to do too much communing with them, you see, or however it may be, or I would know how to talk to them in a sense of healing, you see. I'm not afraid of that. I'm not afraid of my past. I'm not afraid of these things. And then he went into the Bible. He was reading some scriptures, and then I said to him, he asked me something about a scripture that he was reading. And I said to myself, what the hell is he doing? You know, just thinking like, wait a minute, hold on. See, listen, I'm a thinker. I like to think. I like to think. I can't allow things that's twisted, or anything that will twist your mind. He told me, you know, to let the past go, but he gonna open a book that's full of past events and telling me what was good about some things and what's bad about some things according to this past history. I said, you know, and he read one passage to me. I think it was in Mark or something. Mark or John, I don't know. I wasn't really listening. He just threw me off, you know. And I told his son and his daughter the same goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, they were just laughing because it was like, you know, damn, what they say, he got quiet when you said that, you know. When I told him what I'm about to say to you, I was like, he's talking about the past from the book, but he don't want me to talk about my living past, the past something that I experienced, something that I can grow from, those lessons that I embarked upon myself, those things that I put myself in, you see, those things that I had to come out of, you see, those things that I had to fight, or I had to set myself on fire to get it off of me. You see, those things, all those things were in the past, like 20, 30 years ago, you see, and I use them today because outside of me, those things has been erected amongst the people out here. I can see my past in millions, I mean thousands, even on social media. I can see me in people on how I used to be. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what basically what I was saying to him. You know, I was like, I can see I said, you mean to tell me that you don't have no experience of your own that you can share with me, a young man, you see, that you can share with me uh, about the world and how things are and things like, and I was about to say, what you teaching your kids and, what you teaching them and things, you see? I'm sorry to say kids, your children, what you teaching your children? You see, well, they're not children. They're like in their 40s and shit, 40s and 50s. I get, people, when you say kids, people think they're babies. So I got to stop saying kids, and plus that's a baby goat, God damn it. And you see, a kid is. But it was just an interesting conversation because, no one wants to use, everybody believe God is on the outside of them inside of a book. But it's like the way this educational system has become, it's like you don't have time to think about yourself. Read this book here. Learn. You see, you have a 12 right there, that L, and then you have the word earn. What is an earn? What is an urn? Do dead powder or dead bodies that's been burned alive, do they go inside of an urn? The dead. Well, listen, I don't know. Listen. Y'all know about this stuff. but it just be, I just don't understand it because it's like no one wants to tap into themselves, because when you start talking, especially on social media, when you're talking about certain things, folks will judge you as if you literally right there next to them in the physical, and then they'll start saying all type of things as if you're right there beside them. They don't know your energy. They don't know your character. They don't know if the things you're saying is a diversion. They don't know you being safe, and because you inside of an eye that's affiliated with national security. You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't think about these things, and you sitting up here like, I recognize my enemy. I know who my enemy is. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about the real one, not the one that's written on with an ink and paper. I'm not talking about that thing or the one you can see. I'm not worried about those. I got a hedge around me. I'm worried about those. I'm worried about the ones that I see. The ones that I see. You see. In the Bible where it says we don't fight with principalities and things like that. I think that's how it goes. The principalities and or flesh and blood or something. I don't know how these things be. I don't know how these romantic or poetic words go. I don't know how to. I don't like to use those things, man. But I think that's kind of one of the things that hinders people a lot, because you don't trust yourself. You don't trust yourself. Just imagine if somebody coming through and they just need people that's trusting themselves. Trusting themselves, developing the strength and the power internally that God gave you, that the Most High put inside of you, the source of all, put inside of you. What if you knew how to trust that? Trust the creation that was created. Don't think about nothing else. Just think about your senses. Think about your senses. What would make you do something that's against your senses? You mean to tell me that you didn't have nothing inside of you that says no, or nothing inside of you that says yes? You don't have that? Because you probably don't. But see, when you don't listen, if you don't have that, this is what you call heathenism. You see, that means you're a heathen. Don't you know there's a certain type of people out here in the world who don't have those type things, so they have to they have to read religious books and things to stay in order so they won't kill you or eat you. Did you know that? If they don't get inside that book, they're going to do something to you diabolically, because, or they'll become an animal or something, whatever. You see? I mean, for real, man. I'm telling you, man. So you need these laws inside. You need these things inside of you. You see? With somebody else, something that was inspired by God. And people saying that that the book wasn't inspired by, it was inspired by God. It was through man. Man picked up this inspiration, like, we got to do something because these motherfuckers going to kill us one day. You know what I'm saying? We got to put these cats in order because they don't have what we had. They don't have that innate God's seed. They don't have that inside of them. So they need something externally to learn from and get it in their system. And then when you talk about it, the first thing they do is make it seem like you're trying to go against them. And it's not that. You have so much power. You're greater than all these things. But at the same time, maybe you're not. I don't know. You see, I just don't know, I mean, that's just like people calling me demons. They call me a devil. They say some of the most harsh things. But then they'll get around me and expect to see what they're seeing on this. And I'm telling them, this is my world. This is how I got out of these things. I'm acting these things out. You see, I'm acting these things out. A lot of stuff that I say is 90% me. It has nothing to do with you or whomever is listening. It has something to do with me. This is how I came out of certain things. You see, when I'm talking about me putting my demons in cages and things like that, these are the minds of certain people that brought hindrances into my life. But at the same time, they were learning lessons. You see, so I keep them locked up. So I won't lose the code. The code is out here. You see, it's outside of you. They're outside roaming. These are codes. I need to identify these motherfuckers. If I let these things go that I didn't capture in all of my life, that people telling me to get away from, you see, that don't do nothing, but that won't do anything but produce backsliding. You see, backsliding. You see, well, I was into it, and then the devil came on in, and I just went my way, and however it may be, and then you start crying and all this other type of shit. Then you get back in, and then all of a sudden, you're looking for somebody to be in your life, and then all of a sudden, you can't identify the woman, or you can't identify the man that's coming towards you and things. You see what I'm saying? Because you're so happy that God and gave it to you, but they're coming like an angel in light or something. You see what I'm saying? They come in beautiful, everything that you need, everything that you want, they have it for you. And then all of a sudden, about a year later, maybe 2 years later, he done wrecked your brain again, and you thought it was God that brought y'all together. It's not simple. It's simple. It's not hard. Just know that you was created by two people, and you are the power of those two that you created, that created you. You are that one power, that you are an apex. If there was a pyramid, you'd be right there at the pyramid, getting all that energy from the ether. You see, you're that one. I'm trying to tell you something. You are that one special being. You see, special being. You are that one. You see, if you allow yourself to bring or to pour out that innate gift of life of the Holy Spirit, of all these things that's embedded inside of you. You see, if you allow yourself to breathe in it, you see, to breathe in it, you see, you know right from wrong. You know the type of people you hang around. You see, shit. I mean, it's not that hard. You make it hard. You make these things hard. You make these things difficult. You listen, all these things should already be inside of you. Already be your common sense plus the senses that they trying to give you from the outside through your education and how you read and comprehend certain things when you're reading these religious books. You see, I just personally, I just can't put nothing before my source. I don't trust nothing down here. Nothing. You see, nothing when it comes to my development. You know, even though some things in the text, it sounds beautiful, you see, but I claim nothing but how I came into the world, because that's a sacred blueprint. That blueprint goes back to the beginning of time, when right before he said, "Let there be light." Before that sound came in, you see, and produced that light. You see, the same thing that happened in the womb. You see, it's the same process that happened in the womb. You see, 9 months later, 9 point something months later, let there be light. And then 90 more days was a 360. You see, 90 more days is a 360. And that's with you for the rest of your life. You see, ain't no such thing as 364 and 365. Nothing. It's all 360. From your conception to your birth to that 1 year, you see. I came out the womb in the light in August. So therefore, 90 more days will be the day I was conceived. Plain and simple, will be the day I was conceived. I mean, a month I was conceived, you see. August 22nd is when I came out the womb. So, what? You put a 7 on there, that'll be the 29th. So, November 29th, 1967 is 1 year for this person. Maybe not you all, but for this person, I was 1 year old. You see. But anyway, when you tell people to get out the past, you're telling them to stop reading the Bible. Just think about what's on your mind, and just think about how you would justify that. Listen to yourself justifying these things, you see, and just read all the trauma things that's happened to the people in the Bible, you see. Just find life in the Bible and see if you see life out here. You see if you see it out here, and see if it's which one is confusing you. You see, stay close to how God created you. These two, you see, put them together, and then watch this one right here come up. That'd be free. It's the third one. Shit, you know, whatever is right here. You see, look, it's that one. You see, no, it's this. You see, he's right there in the front of the two. You see that it is. That's how it is. That's how it is. You see, that's how it is. You see the 3. See, 1, 2, 3. You see it? 1, 2, 3. Hey, listen, it's that simple. It's not hard. It's not hard. Everybody is going to be crushed when something comes and it ignores your presence, because it knows that you're not for it. You talked about it as if you loved it because it wasn't in the present. As a matter of fact, you won't even believe it's what it say it is either, because the book and entertainment and all these things made him look like some type of like superhero guy. First thing you're going to do is probably want him to walk on water or heal your shit. You see, and he'll tell you, you don't know how to heal yourself. The body heals itself. What you putting in your system? Why you eating that food? You see what I'm saying? Ain't nobody talking to you. I'm sure there's people out here talking to you on how to eat to live and things. How come you don't talk to them people? What, they have a religion, or you don't like their religion? No, you don't like their religion over there. You don't like their religion. You don't like that religion. You don't like these things. Ain't nobody talking about worship. But you're going to have to find you a safe place somewhere, because there's a creatures down here in this land, you see, that's trying to kill you. You see, and there are people that's trying to live. You see, it's easy to find these people. You see, it's easy. Only I do just talk. With the hell with, just ask them a question. I don't care if they have on their Muslim outfits on, or their Indian outfits on, or however it may be. You know, just ask them a question outside the box. You know, where can I get some real fruit? Where can I get some legitimate vegetables at? You know what I'm saying? Where can I get some real good bread? You see, because they got all the stores. Ain't nobody like you got nothing like that, do you? You can't ask your own people that, because your own people are congested here. You see, the Pioneer was just filled with it's just calcium all around it. You see, for real. But you won't find no answer to that in your book. Well, I don't know. If you read Leviticus like you're supposed to, your common sense, your senses that should be common, should open up Leviticus. It should open up the book of Leviticus so you can actually know these things. You see, or it will confirm your soul that God put, or the codes that God put in you already. Leviticus will. Yeah, it'll help you. Anyway, love you. Just talking to you. In a minute. Bye-bye.